Oh god, that was so scary, but I loved it. Mr. Shamspeare might technically be the victim in this case, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down. I'm so sorry. I'm such a awful person. Miss Green, is everything alright? Oh, yes, I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now. Oh, I see. We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green. Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. Oh, poor Miss Green. Hold on. Can we look at anything else in here? Do you mind if I take a look at that painting? No? Okay. Okay, there's nothing here. Where am I supposed to go? I don't know. I would like to visit Mr. Shamspeare, but I can't. Probably. Shall we go and say hello to Mr. Sholmes and Iris? Okay, let's go to talk to Mr. Sholmes and Iris. Oh.
Oh, Runo and Susie, hooray, you're back!
Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see.
I am, and you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie.
Oh, you flatter me.
Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I just made a pot of tea. I'll set some cups.
Really? Oh, thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? Aha, the wanderers return at last. Where on earth have the pair of you been? We've been in court? Oh, for Mr. Moustache's case? That was today, was it? I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes. I'm sure you think I did. You did. Well, we can laugh about it now. So tell me, how did the trial go? Reasonably well so far. We've managed to escape without a guilty verdict at least. Really? I would have liked to see it. Then why didn't you come? And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too long. Is Lord Van Zieks an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes? Naturally. And there's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruhodo. Right. Not quite what I asked, but still. Mr. Sholmes? Whatever is that odor? Yes, what is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful. Ah, indeed! That's a scent of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science. Oh dear. Alright, I'll bite. What's he up to now? Okay. Foul smell. So, what is that indescribably foul smell? Ah, well, most probably this, I would say. What is that? My dear fellow, it is of course my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea. Oh my. There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stores along some of London's less frequented streets. They regularly sell what purports to be high-quality tea, but is in fact merely dyed leaves of drab flavor. Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior. Well, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris?
At the ready, Holly.
Oh, a demonstration. Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? Oh my goodness, it turns black. It turned completely black.
And what a foul odor it's giving off!
Indeed, the blacker the tea becomes and the more foul the odor, the better the tea is. Oh, okay.
It would appear that this cup was a particularly fine Darjeeling.
That's very ingenious, but what do you do with that black liquid now?
Why dispose of it naturally? Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you? There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes.
Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam. Right. The point is, we are entering a new era of science, in the world of criminal investigation also.
Yes, forensic science. Oh, these are such exciting times.
I regularly engage in the scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work. The Sherlock Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based. This little tea indicant was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science? I suppose I should find out more about that. Okay. So, your tea test, is that an example of forensic science? Indeed it is. Huh. An essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality. Not a huge number of cases then. And perhaps a more practical example is required: fingerprints? Not yet accepted in our course as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels here. I hadn't even heard of them until recently. Which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course.
Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes?
There are others in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. Now, what I am researching is skin prints. Skin prints? A nomenclature of my own design is this chemical agent that makes it possible. It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation.
Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes.
As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. Oh, foreshadowing.
Lord Baroque van Zeeks, yes, it's an interesting sobriquet, yes, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey.
Once a legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts, sooner or later the hapless soul will vanish from the capital. But vanish how exactly? By falling under a passing carriage, or drowning in the Thames, or succumbing to a sudden fever, or, quite out of the blue, being set upon by a highwayman. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my dear fellow. It all seems a little far-fetched, really.
Well, on the bright side, Mr. Moustache is fighting fit, for the time being at least.
That's not overly reassuring.
If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Van Zeeks' own hand.
As it happens, Mr. Sato, that is quite impossible.
Oh? Why?
Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred, the Reaper always had a cast-iron alibi. Really? And so his reign continued, but 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into the trial at the Old Bailey. That bitter fight to the death coincided with the Reaper's resurrection, and really did end bitterly indeed. And here you are, facing Mr. Reaper again.
Poor Runo, I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky. or incredibly unlikable?
I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people.
Ah,
Oh yeah, do you know something about his past? About his relationships with Japanese people? With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese as well as Mr. Sato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zieks seems to have an inherent disdain of the Japanese. Indeed. It is an interesting observation.
do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes?
It was about 10 years ago that Baroque Van Zieks chose to enter the legal profession. However, before that time, the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan.
No.
What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. What happened?
I believe I made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair.
Oh, what? Why not?
Oh, but...
The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt. Foreshadowing? Really? For now, however, it is Mr. Moustache who is the most deserving of your attention, I believe. Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues.
That's the spirit, Runo. Hey, see you later.
Yes, until later. No, Mr. Sholmes, we were thinking you'd come with us.
You were?
Yes, of course! You said so just a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action. Ah, yes, I do recall saying something along those lines. But you go on ahead. I shall be sure to follow you later. In all likelihood, probably, maybe, well, I might. Your commitment astounds me.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival. Bye-bye, Runo. Bye, Susie.
Okay. Can we... Oops. Can we talk to Iris as well? Oh, she's writing. Iris? She's writing. That's incredible concentration, that is.
I find it quite remarkable how she can focus on so many different things at once.
Perhaps I should try drinking more herbal tea.
The blend third from the right would be good for you, Runo.
Oh, Iris? This girl is destined for great things, I'm sure. Can we look at what she's writing? If I've remembered correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter.
To think that every single one of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes blossomed from this very machine. It's such a dreamy thought.
I actually had a go on it the other day. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris angry.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're ruining my dreamy thoughts. Please don't do that again.
Now I've made Sato-san angry as well. Okay. How about Sholmes? What's he doing? He's analyzing something with his great analytoscope. Mr. Sholmes seems to be making funny faces at something on his desk. I thought he said he was going to come with us to Mr. Shamspier's room.
No doubt he's preparing something, Mr. Naruhodo. Something amazing. And he's doing it whilst asleep. Is there no limit to the man's talents?
He's just sleeping. Okay. Sato-san says she doesn't believe we've visited this place for some time, so I guess we need to go there.
Oh, Mr. Natsume is back.
So he is.
Mr. Natsume, hello?
I'm a cat. Sorry. I don't know who Mr. Natsume is, or Herr Holmes. I don't know about courts of trials or Old Baileys. I am a cat. That's what I am. I'm just a cat.
Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality.
Trying to? He already has, completely.
So, what is your name then?
Yet I have no name.
Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought out his new identity yet. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality.
Do you think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume? I am not a cat.
It worked. He's back in the real world.
What's going to become of me? No! Don't answer that. It's obvious. My accursed soul is never going to escape this accursed fate.
Mr. Natsume, no. This morning's proceedings in court prove that there's hope.
Yes. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but the Reaper is omnipresent in court in my lodgings. Here, there, everywhere. What's he looking straight at me for?
I think perhaps there are some things we should discuss.
Oh yes, we must. Okay, let's discuss. My whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No. Of course, if I cast my mind back, there was perhaps one or two other occasions that moved me more. Yeah, but if I just block those out, then today, being in that courtroom was it was the most moving experience of my life, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
You're too kind. Scotland Yard found the remaining tea just as we deduced, and are analyzing it as we speak.
There's nothing wrong with that tea. They won't find a drop of poison in it. That's a solemn, sworn, Sasuke certainty.
Tell me, did you both drink the tea at the same time that night?
Oh yes, most definitely. Remember, drink tea while it's hot. That's what I said. We both put it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies.
Well, you maybe, but not him. And at the time, you were both completely fine. As shown by the fact that he and Mr. Shakespeare then engaged in a Romeo and Juliet match. I suppose the focus on tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim then.
That rotten Shakespeare, what have I ever done to him?
You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything you've done recently?
I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. I don't recall anything. Anything at all.
Maybe that argument you had the night before?
Right. But what I don't understand is why he didn't let me know sooner.
Let you know sooner what? Let you know what, Mr. Natsume?
About a soap, of course. What else?
Oh dear. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend?
Well, of course I am. If I had more money, I wouldn't have chosen to live in an accursed existence in such accursed lodgings.
Oh yes, you said it's because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you?
Exactly. Especially the room that I rent. The spirit of that capital offender who lived there still haunts the place and is trying to kill me.
Capital offender?
Might I ask locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire that the next time you visit me, you bring us scores of super soft soaps.
Okay. Well, that wasn't very informational. Okay, nice meeting you. Bye. Don't get too disheartened. Where do we go now? Maybe back to Gregson, right? Back to Gregson. We're waiting on Sholmes. Oh, he's already here as he promised. That's good. Mr. Gregson won't be too happy about him being here, huh? Mr. Sholmes, what are you up to over there? Heh, what a question indeed. Was it not your good self who asked me to attend this scene? What are you doing there, Holmes? Sholmes, what are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Huh, dear me, once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems. Is now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised? With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madam. What's all this? All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Sherlock Holmes' sensational skin print seeker gun. Skin print, okay. Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. A sample from Mr. Shamspeare's cup? Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them on. Ooh. There, now, spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed. Spray? How do I do that exactly? A little press on the area you're interested in is all that's required, like this. Oh! What is that stuff? It's like fog. A suspension of the chemical indicator in a pressurized gas is the most efficient way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally whilst I was developing this idea. As you do. Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question. Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Okay, spray. He already sprayed some. I've got unlimited indicator solution, right? I hope so. Oh god. Whoa! Ants over there. Look, there are dozens of handprints here. So there are, a great many indeed, so much so that it's hard to make out any one individual print, in fact. It sends a chill down my spine. Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while he admired this picture? Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene after all. And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel. Oh, very true, Mr. Sato. It's a bit of a mystery then. What the effing heck is that? Had his hands there. There's a hole in the wall over here. Isn't this the exact spot where, you know, I mean, this is, I don't think this is, let's think about something else. Maybe he was standing on the box and done something to the light. Yeah, that must be it. That must be it. Okay. That's not too surprising, I suppose. I can't believe that's everything he touched. Because this was his home, right? I would expect him to touch like everything in here. Okay. Can I do anything? Did I not get everything or what? Am I missing something? This thing? Oh, look at all this here. Ah yes, interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints. Well, sir, why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot? Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall just here? There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over though, is there? I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over. I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes. Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes, there's no obvious explanation. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we? We did, but there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say. The handprints on the floor here, and on the wall by the picture, you mean? Yes, and I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment. Ah! What is it, Mr. Sato? Look here, Mr. Naruhodo. One of the floorboards has popped up. One of the... You mean, it's a secret hiding place? Excellent work, Mr. Sato. So, what do we have in here?
Oi, what are you lot doing?
Inspector Gregson?
Stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate there.
No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips, whilst we dig around under the floor here.
Your visitor's putting me off the food anyway, Sholmes. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need.
Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find! It's not a hiding place you could make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw tatami mat. No, I know, but I never expected one of those wooden floorboards to move either. It's got me wondering about the wall over there too. Aren't you curious? Oh. I'll investigate it once. Okay. There's nothing behind that picture, sadly. Only the wall. Oh. How disappointing. But then, how do you explain the handprints? I really can't think of why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in one place like that. Oh! Did you make a photo? There you are, a print for you. Ooh. Oh, thank you very much. His invention can make prints too. Let's have a look. That's really messy. I guess this really looks like he put his junk into that hole in the wall. What the heck? Now then, I wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there. I'm desperate to know. So am I. Gregson, are you done? I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath. Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Inspector Gregson, really, it's been too long.
What is it, Holmes?
I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends.
We're not friends.
No, I suppose not. A dismal failure. Didn't even try. Yes, I heard. I'd care to know what was under that floorboard. You have to threaten him with Iris. What the heck was that?
Alright then, fair's fair.
What?
You did discover the hiding place after all. I suppose I should at least fill you in.
Really, Inspector? Thank you. Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather.
Oi, stop making me out to be some kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor there, a newspaper clipping, a photographic print and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know?
Photographic print?
So, this is the photograph I found, looks reasonably recent to me.
Hey, that's Garadab with someone. Yes, it would appear to have been taken on the street in the front of the house here. And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadab, the landlord, of course. But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadab's son?
Perhaps you can take that print if you like.
Really? Are you sure? We can presume, therefore, that the Yard already knows. The identity of the young fellow, that is. Ah, is that true?
Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you, Lord, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes.
My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work.
All the more reason I'm not telling you.
How very unprofessional, a dismal failure. Yes, I heard. With a young man. Why is this in Shamspeare's home? I mean, this does belong to Mr. Garadab, so this might just be something that belongs to Mr. Garadab. But still, it has been there recently, right? I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shamspeare himself isn't in it. Or is he? Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Garadab was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it.
Looks like this was cut out of paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving time up in Manchester.
How terrible.
It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, you see, but nature got him first.
Oh my goodness, it committed a capital offense?
A man by the name of Selden, nasty piece of work into burglaries and murder. They say the hoard he'd knocked off was worth about £1,000.
A hoard? Of treasure, you mean?
Jewelry and the like, but he hidden it somewhere and no one knows where, and now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell, or some such was the headline.
Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor? Oh, he knows something, doesn't he?
I suppose now you mention it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got on Selden back at the Yard and see if I can turn anything up. Okay, he doesn't know.
Interesting. Maybe he's on a treasure hunt, our Mr. Shamspeare. Wouldn't surprise me.
Now this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it?
Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? if you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind this case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised.
Yeah, funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty.
Oh. What? Shamspear, give us a clue, man! You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box. Yes, thin air. It's empty, rather like how I feel inside. Is there nothing more to this box then? I wonder. Oh! Vagai! What are you doing here in Shamspear's room? Oh look, it's that lovely little kitty cat. What was its name? It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him, actually. Why don't we call it Vagai? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. I wonder how you got in here. Clever cat. Oh, wonderful. Well then, Vagai. And there's something delicious I bought for you from the cat's meat man. Oh, so cute. Oh! So cute. They spent a lot of effort in that animation. He couldn't be happier now, look. I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner too. Oh! Oh gosh, the camera angle. That was a cheeky little meow, Vagai. The texture isn't very well prepared for that. Oh, but he's so adorable. I could sit and watch him forever. I think he may not appreciate that after a while, and we have an investigation to get back to. Did Holmes leave already? Seems like it. Okay, then see you later, Miss Inspector Gregson, maybe in court.